If you're a heating air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what do you need to know about back channeling when it comes to your conversations and your sales script, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Honolulu Bay on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. All right, so if you want to make your sales conversational, sales script more conversational, and understand the difference between on script and off script, on script, it means that you're on point, you're having your conversation that is written out word for word, but you're not acting as a human being. Off script means like, hey, I am actually going to interact. So you got things like verbal fillers, where you say ums and ahs and like and whatever way that you do this. Back channeling is this. Back channeling is as somebody's having a conversation, you say something like, uh-huh, or I gotcha, or I see what you're saying, or you can do a rhetorical question. And what that does is that signals in the head of the buyer to the person that you're talking with, oh, they're actually actively listening to what I'm saying. So when salespeople are on script, what happens is they're so focused on what they got to say, they don't listen, right? And this is a huge, huge, huge mistake. It's like if you meet with me and you're like, hey, Scott, I want to have a conversation with you, and I'm looking over here towards the point, and I'm not really paying attention, and I'm kind of just like, your brain goes, Scott's not paying attention. Or I'm like, oh, there's actually a lot of waterfalls over here today. There's a bunch of waterfalls, and Scott's not really paying attention to what's going on. At some point you lose interest in the conversation, and you're like, this isn't very interesting to me. I really don't want to continue on here. And if you're in sales, that's not a good place for you to be. So you want back channeling. And so if you talk to a person, let's say you've got a relative, a family member, a friend that doesn't back channel, it's infuriating because you're like, you're not paying attention. I can't tell if you're listening to me. I feel like you're talking at me. I feel like you're talking at me. And so like when it's like talking, like I'm not paying attention to your sales process. I'm not listening to what you have to say. Now here's the thing, if you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join my email publication. Go right here to this URL, type your name, your email address, and your phone number into the browser, maybe a phone number. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. It's an email publication. One of the ways that you can figure out how people back channel is to go sit in a coffee shop. Just go listen to how people interact. Don't bombard their conversation. Don't do anything weird, but just sit there and go, hey, how are these people having a conversation with each other? What do they say? What do they do? And there's overlap. There's pitter patter, right? So I'm talking and somebody may jump in. They're talking, I may jump in. Be aware that this is a normal conversation, and if you're not paying attention to it, you're not giving that back channeling effect, people will freak out. They're not going to buy from you. They're going to say, hey, I feel like that sales was weird. And you can have two people with the same exact sales script, same exact word for word, except the person A uses back channeling and they use verbal fillers, and person B does not. It's going to be a completely different outcome. It's going to be a completely different. Now, here is a common mistake that people make. People hear me say, hey, you need back channeling and you need verbal fillers, and they go overboard. Like if this is normal, they're like, we're going to go to crazy town. You don't need to go to crazy town. You just need to know that it's okay to have a conversation. You just need to know that as you interact, there are things that you can do to have that conversation and have it done right. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks.